3, 2. Oh my god. I saw where it popped up. Like you can hear my fart. Oh, so you heard it also. Guess there's much. Yeah. Not really much to talk about on the Destiny front. It's the same as it's been since September.
Yeah.
Well, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Alright, I'm ready. Start whenever you're ready.
Six, 5, 4, 3. God damn it. Fucking Facebook. What is up, everybody? Gamers Gamble finally back from, I don't know.
Yes, it's true.
Decent hiatus. Yeah. So we finally got around and we were able to finally meet up and hit this podcast. And boy, do we got some things we need to talk about. Yeah. I am Game Grader. And
I think I'm John without the H, but I'm not sure.
I'll need to check my sources on this. See where you stand.
Yep.
But it's been a while. Like, I barely even recognize your voice.
I know it. It's like, I went away for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I died, came back to life. Then went to work and been working ever since, trying to, pay off that Dragon Ball debt, Like,
Automatic. Speaking of, how is...
I guess.
You brought up Dragon Ball. That's a pretty good segue into... How is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2?
It's pretty good. Excuse me.
Okay, you heard it here first, guys. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah. I've had a lot of games come out in the last, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I haven't had too much time on it. I made it about halfway through the game, and then, of course, I've been on World of Final Fantasy, and, amongst that Pokemon, and Dragon Ball Fusions. Just so many games coming out this last quarter of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where to start. I literally, when I look at, my new game collection, I scratch my head.
Oh, shit.
Where do I start? But it's pretty good. Not much else to say about it right now. Maybe later on in the podcast or whatever, we can talk about it when we talk about games that we're playing right now currently, I guess.
'Tis true. And I want to note, today is November 26th, 2016. We're 3 fucking days away from Final Fantasy 15.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
This tickles my little nutsack.
Oh, me too. But I'm trying to stay away from spoilers.
Yeah, apparently the game is released. And no. It's whatever.
It's just stay away from me, spoiler troll.
Yeah. So, I mean, some of the bigger websites, they're posting, videos of it. I don't necessarily know if I would be upset at, story spoilers. Because I really don't know what the fuck is going on. I know there's, 4 guys going on a cross-country trip for an unknown reason. Maybe the world's ending for something? I don't know. But I've seen some of the summons,
I mean,
or at least one summon, which I already knew he was in there. Especially because I played the Platinum demo.
mm-hmm.
So, I mean, besides that.
Yeah, I mean, I bought the movie like 3 weeks ago, and I keep telling myself to watch it, but as I said earlier on at the beginning of the show, I work like a whole lot now, so it's like, oh, I got time.
Right.
Either watch Final Fantasy 15 or play a game, and it's just, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I miss playing games.
Yeah, right.
So, but what's new in the game world, Bill?
Man, just a lot of game releases. Like you were saying, World of Final Fantasy and... What was it? You just recently bought Rise of the Tomb Raider?
Yeah, I got it today, matter of fact. I got that in Dragon Ball Fusions. I haven't got to play Dragon Ball Fusions yet, though, but Rise of the Tomb Raider so far is, well, of course.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely one of my like favorite games of 2015.
It's like, you forget how good the first Tomb Raider was if you go a while without playing it. And then, like, you pick this up and you're like, okay, this is what I remember from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just action. Laura Croft is hot. And,
automatic.
He's British, you know. What's not to like?
That she's not here with me.
It's a sad day.
Yeah, man. Like, I've had a lot of games release. I'm sitting there trying to play through them, not necessarily ruining the experience for myself, but the time of day and the amount of time it requires to actually beat these games saddens me that I can't. You know, they're all releasing just back to back to back. I was playing Dishonored 2, and then, like, Watch Dogs 2 come out 3 or 4 days later. And then Pokemon, Sun and Moon. I mean, I got a good hiatus in between there. What day did, it was like, what, the 19th? So 10 days later, Final Fantasy 15. And then a few days later, be Dead Rising 4.
And for those who have me on PSN, do not invite me to party chat if you see me online. If you see Final Fantasy 15, I will not accept.
I'm just going to go offline. I don't even give a shit.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do.
I usually, you know, the Gamers Gamble, ooh, we have a clan on Destiny. And we're pretty, like, we're there, man. Like, even, you know, my wife, and even Ladybug, and then there's a few others that play on Xbox, I guess, to broaden their time on Destiny or something. If PlayStation is low, nobody's on, or vice versa for Xbox. They, if anybody's ever on PlayStation and they send me an invite like, hey, Philip, we need help with the raid or something, I'd always be down. But with Final Fantasy 15, I can say I'm not going to be accepting. I'm probably going to be offline.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you appear offline, but I'm probably just going to fucking yank the cord on my PlayStation.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. Well, I mean, you know, like, I remember, you know, 13 coming out, and being so excited. I think we were actually living together. We were actually rooming together when 13 dropped.
Yep.
And I remember I was trying to race to see who could beat it first.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed people bash 13, and that's okay. That's your own. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion, you know.
Right.
I thoroughly enjoyed 13. I still do. There are things I don't like, but I mean, everybody's got them quirks that they don't like about a game. Especially a game as old as Final Fantasy is. You know,
What was it, 89? When the first one? Or something?
No, 85?
Oh, okay. I forget the,
Yeah, I think it's older than us.
original Super Nintendo is that old. Or original Nintendo is that old. Famicom?
Yeah. I think it's like 85 or 86. I more reliable source later when a phone gets through charging, I'll check. But, I mean, when you have a game that old, See, I feel like there are people that are expecting something, and I think they're going to be disappointed. And
December 18th, 1987.
but that goes without saying. I mean, there's people on Pokemon that still complain. There's only a few that I've ever met in my life that will only play Generation 1 Pokemon. Everything else is obsolete, it's no good. And we both know that's not true, but...
Fucking Chandelier, Tyranitar.
Yeah, I mean, people are just going to complain, you know, if something doesn't go to their favorite version, or favorite... I'm looking for the future. Trailers that I've watched of this, I played both the demos. I've heard the movie was excellent. I've heard the series, the miniseries was good. I just feel like they're marketing this right.
Well, they need to. Like, after like a 10-year development cycle, they need to get it out as many people as possible. I hope it doesn't overly... I loved Skyrim, but this is a loose metaphor. My first Elder Scrolls was Morrowind, and that was just so deep into actual RPG. And it's every iteration, Oblivion and then Skyrim, has gotten more and more casual. Like, still thoroughly enjoyable games, but you can tell, like, the numbers are gone. And I don't know if that necessarily, like, what, Final Fantasy, my first Final Fantasy was 7. I know, blasphemy, right? But...
No, I mean, I get it.
There was like, 16 different, stats? And I don't know if there's gonna be 4 or 5 for Final Fantasy 15. So, you know, maybe they went way into trying to get everybody into Final Fantasy 15. It's definitely, if you're into gaming, it's definitely on the forefront, right now. And I hope I doubt it will be, but I have hope. I don't want it to fail. But I hope it is, it can please everybody. The hardcore, as much as I don't like to say it, the hardcore and the casual gamers that's going to pick it up. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, you know, you're talking about hardcore and casual. I mean, that's, you know, you just said, you know, with me, I guess I'm not a casual gamer. You know, I'm a pretty hardcore gamer, but I enjoy more than one type of games. Like, most of the time when you associate with a hardcore gamer, it's, you know, it's one type of game they play, and that's all they play. But when you have an audience, you know, they're not like the gaming community that we were growing up. Heck, ladies don't get mad, but I'm still weirded out now that there's such a big, like, vibrant, like, girl expansion on, like, video games. Because when I was growing up, there were girl gamers, but they didn't talk about it, you know? It was just... So we live in, like, a different type of gaming...
Culture now?
To me, a universe.
Oh, yeah. Universe also, man.
Like, and I think what Final Fantasy is doing, to get back on the Final Fantasy, because this is where I was going with it, you know, I think they're doing right, because with this game right here, they're trying to meet every audience. Of course, like I said, there's going to be people that are not going to like the game. That's just how it's going to be. But, you know, I feel like, okay, they got like something that's built up like Kingdom Hearts. They got, the world is expanded, like, humongous, like something like Skyrim or, you know, or Fallout. Maybe not to that detail, but I mean, it's huge, huge worlds. You know, you got people, your AI is intelligent. And I've actually heard that later on they're going to have multiplayer. Multiplayer is coming. So.
To what?
Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, hell.
I was reading, it might have been last week, that one of the DLCs is probably going to be multiplayer. We can play together.
That'll be alright.
I don't know. I don't know to what extent, but they are talking about multiplayer. So they have a new audience, and what they're trying to do is they are trying to survive. You know, the last few Final Fantasies has gotten a lot of
backlash
just because they're not like a turn-based RPG that's 20 years old, now 20 to 30 years old. Like
1987, it'd be 29 years December 18th since the first Final Fantasy.
So I mean, you got to go with the times. I mean, yeah, people could call them sellouts, but you know that doesn't give them a paycheck. Sad to say. Yeah, you can have good RPGs. Like World of Final Fantasy is a great RPG, but you know, RPGs just as a whole, even though if they do well, they're not doing as well as like something like the new type of RPG element that's in the world now. People don't want turn-based, or you know, turn-based for every game. They want to be able to run around and attack and feel like they're actually that character.
Yeah, I mean, being turn-based, turn-based is associated with Final Fantasy. Like, maybe this one, Christina won't play Final Fantasies because she's like, when I press an attack button, I want to attack. I don't want to wait for it. Right? So, I mean, I can get that.
I mean, me too. I mean, you know, because now games are so, like, I mean, basically it's like watching a movie or doing it. I mean, it's just crazy. You know, I get why RPGs were such a big deal back then, because even the adventure games, the action games, I mean, they were okay, but they wasn't that great. I mean, I come from the 2D era, you know? Like, the greatest, like, our action games were like Final Fight and Spider-Man Maximum Carnage.
Oh my god, that game is so hard.
Yeah, I know. So, that's what we had growing up. But now, as technology's progressing, you know, why not change Final Fantasy? Now you can. You can be that person. I don't know. It's just, I get what's going on, and I'm excited. And I'm going into this with complete high expectations.
We may be let down, like a lot of people with 13. One review I read about when 13 did come out was like, Final Fantasy 13 is here. You know, it's been several years. I don't remember, what was it, 2005? When 12 come out, and then, what,
2006.
Yeah. And then 13 released in 2010. I guess there's that long in between. Anyways, one of the quotes was, it's not quite verbatim, but it was like Final Fantasy releases. Is it the RPG to put RPGs into the main, or JRPGs into the mainstream? No. Doesn't make it a bad RPG, but it's not gonna be the great RPGs that people associate with, I guess, greatness back then. And maybe that will be like 15. I'm excited for it. I want a good single player experience again, especially after putting so many hours into Destiny. You know, I enjoy it, but I miss my single player. And, you know, I've been getting with Watch Dogs. Kind of. The Seamless Online is back on now, and that's some crazy stories. But, you know, Dishonored 2, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Which I'm thinking about buying. Oh, speaking of, guys, you have, if you hear this before, the 29th, PlayStation has huge sale right now going on their network. I'm going to buy Dishonored probably tonight. It's $10 right now.
Dishonored 1?
Just Dishonored 1.
It comes with all the DLCs, so the definitive edition. So,
okay, well that's good. Because, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to like Dishonored 2. So, if I do end up buying Dishonored 2 and it comes with Dishonored 1, I'll just give it to a friend of mine.
yeah.
So, they'll have the game. I haven't decided yet if I am going to buy it. I'm really contemplating it. I've been seeing good stuff on it, so.
Oh, man. Definitely got I really enjoy it. Like, yeah, it's good. Oh, speaking on Final Fantasy 15, not necessarily just close it out. Like, I think we had a pretty good conversation, and then I somehow went into off topic about old versus new, or surviving. I don't know what that would be classified as, but the Xbox One storage size is 51.82 gigabytes, I think, plus the update, and then the PlayStation 4 file size, what is shit? It's 50.698.
Holy cow!
Yeah. And there's also like I think it's a 9 gigabyte patch. That first, it's called the Crown Update, and that includes a variety of updates, minor bug fixes, and new features to greatly enhance the overall story and gameplay experience.
That's awesome.
So, if I was in a coloring book, and you had to pick a color me excited. Or actually on a Saturday. John, did you pick up anything for Black Friday sales?
No, actually this year I just stayed around the house. I tried to go to Walmart and pick up WWE 2K17, which that game here in a little bit. Trying to get Rise of Tomb Raider. I didn't really like it much. Not knocking the game as a series, but just wish it could go back to how it was.
Arcadey instead of simulation.
Yeah, I just prefer the arcade version over the more simulated type of gameplay. But anyway, going back on that, I went to Walmart to try to pick up some games, but
and go.
Yeah, so I try to pick up some games. Titanfall 2 was $27. I was actually thinking about really playing that, and by the time I made it, it was like 45 seconds. It was gone.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm being figurative with 45 seconds, but by the time I got up there, I mean, all the games were gone, which is normal.
Mm-hmm.
They always go fast. Just like the great movies that you can usually buy. Anything other than some like slippers. Who don't like slippers?
Yeah, I love slippers. And long johns.
I know. What about you? Did you get anything?
No, not really. I really wanted Titanfall 2. I really wanted Titanfall 2 for, Walmart had it for $27. I went and looked for them, but apparently they moved it somewhere weird. And, so I missed out on so I found them today. I was like, hey, what's this ringing up as? And they was like, oh, it's full price again. God damn it. And Tina, she wanted the Call of Duty, the new one, and I guess the remastered one. Like I said, missed out on those.
Well, that zombie mode is pretty cool. It'll go down again.
Yeah, but I think she wanted it when it was relevant.
Yeah.
She streams and whatnot. Yeah, we both do. But different things. Mostly Destiny. Yeah, there was my plug, guys.
Well, now that we're here talking about the podcast, there's one thing I want to discuss. The fact that GameStop is now accepting old games.
Okay.
There's been a problem going around, and what that problem is taking out the cartridge that's inside and swapping it with something relatively cheap. I think there was a case where someone bought, it might have been Earthbound, it might have been a Super Mario game, I don't know. Anyway, it's like a $40, $50 game. So they bought it, and when they put it in, it was like a football game. my thing is GameStop is not being trained to check.
That may be one isolated case. I mean, that's true. But don't they just like usually pop them in to check and see what it is?
Well, they don't with these consoles, the older ones.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't have a Super Nintendo offhand. They don't have a regular Nintendo. They don't have a Genesis. And like why you
or a 64, right?
Base games. With cartridge, it becomes a problem. I think there's even some Pokemon titles that were swapped out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy.
I think you may have just given our one viewer an idea how to get over on. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Now our GameStop, I've talked to them, about it too, and they're pretty wise on it. But just might be that one store. Because you hear about it happening, and when they ship it out to wherever they have to take it to, and then that's when they check it, and that's where they're starting to get more and more of this problem that we're having, unofficial or unlicensed games that they created themselves.
Yeah.
That they had to spend a dime for, and now they're making money. I think it's low to low. I think it's scum to want to cheat out a company. I have different opinions about GameStop. I like them for the most part, but this isn't about GameStop. This isn't cheating GameStop. This is cheating people who want to get back into classic gaming.
Right.
Who see a game and they're like, oh, well, I have a chance to get it, and they buy it, they get it, and it's not what it was meant to be. I don't know. To me, that's just sorry. I mean, that's just, why would you want to do something like that? So, guys,
hold on, John.
Doing it, shame on you.
Alrighty. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. But what I was saying was, it's just pretty scummy if you ask to sit there and try to cheat someone. I mean, a lot of people that I, talk to, you can talk to at least a handful of people, and they'll say, GameStop tries to rip you off. And, they might be right to a certain extent. But who wants to play the game.
Right.
Eventually. Or doesn't have a normal means of buying it. And that's their only chance to buy it. And then they get it being there we go. Can't play it. Because NBA Jams in a Super Mario World cartridge. It's, just don't do it, guys. Because I try to play classic games. I have my classic games. It's not as big as I'd like it to be, but that's going to make me really aggravated.
That's among many of things. But I feel your disappointment. Just like I can feel my wife's every time.
So I don't know if you have 2 cents with it. I just wanted to vent on that for a little bit because that bothers me because I am a classic gamer. I enjoy classic games.
And that would ruin people on picking up future titles, even from GameStop or, those classic consoles.
Mm.
But, now onto something I've been looking forward to. My son, ever since last Friday, so it's been 8 days. He has put, as of yesterday, about 1 o'clock, he put 24 hours into the game, which is more than I have. Pokemon Sun and Moon. John, it's not necessarily a full review, as we haven't played enough of it to give a full thought process on it, but preliminary thoughts?
So far, it's a great game. It's definitely game-changing. Definitely game-changing.
How so?
One of my... Just the story element of it. It's
it's definitely got a story to it. Like, I enjoy it. Instead of just the bare bones eight badges in Elite Four. Yeah.
feels,
It's fresh.
Yeah, it's just fresh. I still miss doing gyms and stuff. I don't feel like it was something that they had to change for me personally. Because I still like my gym badges and going to defeat the Elite Four. Occasionally fighting the game's bad group. But it is definitely a change.
Well, we just have trials this time in place of badges, but, we still have a bad group, Team Skull. Is that what they're called in Sun? I have Moon, by the way, guys.
What are they called in Moon?
Team Skull.
Okay, yeah, mine's Team Skull also. I love the way they walk also.
Yeah. It's like Tobey Maguire with a black symbiote suit.
That's terrible. I pretty much like all the starters.
Hey, John, mic check.
Oh, pretty much like all the starters.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
The Owl. I started with the Owl.
Okay. What does he evolve into?
I'm still new with the names, but he evolves eventually into a grass and ghost type. He loses the flying. Yeah, he loses flying and gains the ghost.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. Trying to get that. Got my team set up. I don't know if it's going to be my final team or not.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about you? What do you think?
Oh my god. Like I said, not full review, but just, guys, if you have played any of the other ones, you've always had to have an HM slave. Well, Sun and Moon totally flipped that process, on its head and just kicks it out of the ring. Now, I guess whenever you beat a trial to test, I guess, your trainer, how good of a trainer you are, or whatever, they give you Pokemon that know one of the HMs. Not even necessarily HM. I guess, because the first one you get, spoilers, is Tauros, and I guess you gotta get Rock Smash, right? Or you just charge through stuff?
Yeah, to me it's Rock Smash, yeah.
And then the second one is Lapras, which gives you Surf. And then third, right now, what I have is, I don't know anything past it, is I got Fly. I got Fly, essentially the third badge. And I got Charizard to fly me around. So that's fucking awesome. So it flips all that. So many more Pokemon. Aloha forms. They're different. There's different kinds of evolutions. Some of them evolve as being a female. Some of them evolve only at night on a certain... Yeah, I mean, it's just... It's the element of Pokemon I've always fell in love with. It's pretty much the same gameplay, battle-wise. The added Z moves, that's pretty cool. And I haven't seen any Mega evolves yet. I'm pretty sure they're still in the game, but I haven't run into any of them. And
so far, I think it's post game is when you start getting the stones. They really didn't want to promote Mega Stones in this.
Okay.
So that's abundantly clear. There's people I've talked to in the 7th badge still didn't get a Mega Stone. I'm not trying to spoil the game for you. I'm just letting you know if you want it, don't expect it until at least after the 7th badge because it still hasn't happened.
Or 7th trial.
My friend.
Okay.
7th trial. I'm sorry. Because he still hasn't got it, and he just got past his 7th trial. So.
Oh wow.
Again, not saying they're not in the game. Or.
I wonder if we have to if it unlocks, some stuff, post game or something. I don't know.
Any Pokemon game's got post content.
Well, X and Y really didn't.
For X and Y, it still had post content, but it was just terrible post content.
Yeah.
You could do everything post content in an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's completely done. Everything, the side quest, everything. But I have a feeling that this is going to have really good really good, like, replay value after you beat the game, like, really good post content. Now, one thing I do have to say, the one thing that aggravated me, is the allies. While you're fighting, there's a chance that a Pokemon will call for help. And while it's neat and it's a great way to kind of like farm, you can just keep killing that enemy that shows up while that weaker one keeps summoning. So it is a great way to earn experience. But it gets really old. You're trying to catch a Pokemon, and you know you get him down to the right health, and then he summons somebody. And now you got to fight that one. And then, like, if you kill him, there's a chance that right before you can catch this one again, he summons another one. And I do like the ally type of thing. It's just too much. You know, they keep doing it. Like, I should be able to knock out a Pokemon and get one free turn instead of, like, killing that Pokemon and then he summons another one right after I beat it, you know?
Right. No, I can understand that. It really wouldn't bother me near as much as that, as if I can decide which move I want to use on a different Pokemon, left or right, or, you know, whatever. So why can't my trainer be smart enough to decide which one I want to throw a Pokeball at?
Yeah. That's crazy. But please check it out, guys. So far, I'm impressed with Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Also, you know, it was the most pre-ordered game in the past 5 years. Per GameStop.
Holy cow.
Yeah. That outbeats Grand Theft Auto 5. Minecraft, it didn't become a phenomenon until after the game had released. But, you know, Halo 5, Gears of War 4, Uncharted 4, Dark Souls 3. You know, pretty much the most pre-ordered game in the past 5 years. Per GameStop.
I mean, that's awesome to see, you know, Pokemon coming back on top like that, you know?
Whether,
I mean, Pokemon never does bad. I think, like...
Well, even X and Y, I don't know what the old Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire did, but X and Y, cumulatively, both of them sold approximately 13 million copies. Now, whether Pokemon Go has something to do with that, or, you know, the success, or at least pre-order success of Sun and Moon, I think the verdict is still out on that. Not seeing anything concrete on that, but, you know, that's cool, man, especially just being a new adventure. I love to dive into the world of Pokemon. It's something about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you know, also, you know, like, it's something that you and your kids can play, you know, years down the line from now.
Not even necessarily just years down the line. Like, me and Hunter are playing, right?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about, like, even your grandkids.
Oh.
Possibly that come, you know, 20 years from now, you can play.
Hopefully it holds up. Cause,
I think it will. I mean, it's been holding up since, you know, the game's already 20 years old. They're one of the few series that's been consistently coming out with a game within that, you know, 20-year lifeline, and it's still consistent. Consistent good sales. Maybe one year is better than the other, but they're all pretty, you know, they're pretty good sales for every title that comes out. Even for the remakes. I mean, Oras did good, you know, Heart Gold Soul Silver did good, the remakes of Leaf Green and Fire Red did good. So, you know, I'm just glad to see a game where both adults and kids can play, you know, and have fun, and, you know, maybe help, you know, kid gamers become, you know, permanent gamers as well. My mind blanked after that one. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know to say that.
But,
just went blank.
you know, Sun and Moon, definitely check it out, guys. There was another game, that we were looking forward to this year, and it's personally didn't necessarily make it a bad game. It's just not everything it meant it supposedly was supposed to be, like everything that was promised. And the game come out in August, and the game was also No Man's Sky. I played it pretty hardcore for about 2 weeks. You know, I'm not one of those people that just like demanded a refund or anything. I still have my game disc. And the reason I bring that up is Hello Games. They're actually releasing a content patch for base building. John? That's pretty much the only thing. And they said that in that patch is going to include stuff for, the next few updates to be adding content to the game. Thoughts on that, John? And without going into ambiguity, whatever, do you think it's too late for that?
Yes, I do think it's too late. I'll still play it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try it out.
I'm not like you. I'm not mad at them. I can understand why people are mad, though.
Right.
I mean, heck, Hello Games right now, I think, United, I was reading, 2 days ago, I think, like the false, I can't even think of, like, the actual name for them, but it's, like, something where, like, if someone, like, produces, like, false advertisement, they go after them. It's like it's not police or anything like that, but it's like, if they can prove they're, like, false advertisement, like, people could get the refunds back easy.
Yeah.
Because they lied about it. So, I mean, there's all kinds of things like I can't think of the creator of No Man's Sky. What's his name?
No, there's several people, but Sean Murray was definitely one of the...
Sean Murray, yeah. Like, Sean Murray left the country, right after the game came out, or about a month after the game came out, a month and a half. So, I mean, you hear about all these negative things, and I really hate it. Because even now, I like No Man's Sky. I think... it's something fun to pick up and go into space and just get lost in the vastness.
Yeah.
I do think people were expecting like an action. I really do think people were expecting like an action game. But from the beginning, I think I remember telling you I was just going to explore. I think that's what the primary basis of the game was, just explore. I was kind of bummed out when I found out that some of the creatures that they were promoting wasn't in the game.
Like the gigantic worm and stuff? Right.
Yeah, so I was kind of bummed out on that, but as a whole, I enjoyed No Man's Sky. I mean, I don't know what they were expecting. This was an independent game with 6 people. I don't know why they were expecting all this.
Well, I think it was getting so much hype that it was almost like people, we as... not necessarily unpopular, but as unknown as we are, and even the mainstream, like, gaming media, were pretty much hyping it like it was a AAA title. And you can definitely tell it was, as vast as it is, it's an extremely shallow ocean.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that. That was pretty good. Fuck you.
It was good. I was impressed. Your words soothed me.
But I'm excited to see what that base building update that does.
Yeah.
It won't bring me back too much. Like, if it releases on Tuesday, oh fucking well. Like, Final Fantasy, right?
Mm-hmm. You're right.
I also believe it's a little bit too late for that. Maybe the final game, or at least what little bit, whatever they add to it, maybe that will definitely bring back some positivity to that game.
I mean, I think PC right now, I think they said 97% of the people who bought No Man's Sky on PC, they're not playing it. That's a large margin. And it's usually something you don't see on games like that for a while. You may see it like a year down the road. Yeah. Or maybe 2 years down the road.
It was like a month out after release.
Mm-hmm.
And
97%, that's incredible.
Yeah, like, no, you're not wrong.
So I do hope that maybe, with all of this behind the conspiracy of Sean Murray, well, hell, you can go on YouTube, Gamers Gamble Universe, and look on YouTube, and people have already collaborated a collage of Sean Murray saying things he's going to do, and it never happened. And I think even if they fix it now, because they didn't talk about it or promote, the expansions or the like the updates and stuff, it just kind of popped out of nowhere. I think it's going to hurt them, and I think Hello Games, I might be wrong, but I think Hello Games is done.
No, man. Man, they're like 15 people.
Really don't.
They're
like
they may get
go ahead, Phil,
they may get like a pretty big boost. Like if and when it does come to Xbox One, I don't know. I just don't see too many people coming back to it.
I could be wrong, and I do hope I'm wrong because I don't want to see any company fail.
Right.
But right now, if you click on No Man's Sky, it's nothing but negative things. And
there was even just kind of going into the negativity, and I won't stick with it for long, but they spread happiness, not hate. They even the subreddit for No Man's Sky got so negative that they actually closed. The mods had to close that subreddit down. I mean, another one popped up not too long afterwards because you can just create them for no reason. But it was so toxic about the negativity for No Man's Sky and lies and false advertising and whatnot that the mods just decided to close it down. I mean, there's a new one there. The mods are still there. They're a lot more hardcore on the modding, keeping it away from negativity and whatnot. But it really got that bad, and that's unfortunate.
yeah, now when I'm talking about negative, and I'm sure Philip feels the same way.
Who?
I'm sorry, Game Grader. Sorry. I'm sure Game Grader feels the same way. I'm not trying to talk bad about No Man's Sky because I myself enjoyed No Man's Sky. I still enjoy playing No Man's Sky. It's just, there's a difference between, bashing the game and just being realistic. And what's going on right now is a realistic thing that's happening. I mean, it's sad to say. Now, of course, Phil, you think they're going to come back from this. I don't.
No, I just don't. No, what I said, John, is I don't think Hello Games is going to be shutting down.
I don't think they'll be shutting down anytime soon, but I don't think they're going to, their time in the spotlight is over, because of this problem that they had. Now, when you release something and be like, oh, well, Hello Games is coming out with a new title, I won't feel that way. I enjoyed No Man's Sky. I will try to buy their product again because I did enjoy it. But I know a lot of people now that if they see Hello Games, they're like, I'm just not going to buy it. I was lied to. And they have a right to do that. I just think it hurt them longer in the long run that I just think they're done as far as being successful out of this. Now, they made money. So they can probably retire now and be fine. I mean, hell, I don't know how much money they brought in, but between 8 people, that's a lot of money. But I hope they do make it. I hope that they come back from this. I do. I don't think they've released. They haven't released when the
Maybe this week.
coming, have they?
I said this week. And it's generally Tuesdays, Reset Destiny Day.
So I may re-download it and redo the update. And check it out just for a little bit before Final Fantasy 15 envelops my life for the next, however long it takes.
Yeah, I hope it's a while. But Final Fantasy 15, and I got Dead Rising just a few days afterwards, and I know I enjoyed both franchises. Well, John, that's a good segue. Not necessarily a segue, but 50 minutes in, and John, what have you been 2016 on a whole? We're at the end of November. We got pretty much one more major release. for this, I guess, this year. We'll just, December. I guess we're going with the Video Game Awards, and their cutoff is December. So 2016 in a whole, man, what stands out for people that's not necessarily interested in, I guess, while gaming is cheap right now, for some of the older games, what would you recommend picking up that come out this year?
At the beginning of the year was kind of a slow year. To me, apparently, like, just from my video game library, it was a slow year. But this end, there are so many games for you to pick out. Rise of the Tomb Raider, one of them. So far, like I said earlier, I'm like 2 hours in.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite games, bar none. Like top 5 of last year.
Now, these may be games that come out last year, but these are games that I'm playing now. As I said, like Xenoverse 2 is a good pickup. If you like Dragon Ball Z, if you didn't like Xenoverse 1, don't pick this up. It's the same thing. Let's see, we got, Uncharted 4? Was that this year?
Hells yeah.
I mean, I haven't got to play much of Uncharted 4, but if it's anything like the other ones, they're fantastic.
Oh my god. Uncharted 4 is the reason why people play games.
I mean,
every
I
syllable
remember playing Uncharted 2 and being blown away.
Yeah. Every syllable of that statement and meaning of that statement be used to the most positive aspect in the English language. Uncharted 4 is the reason why we play games. No, you chuckle. I'm dead fucking serious. No.
Let's see, what else? Of course, Final Fantasy 15. We talked about that enough. For turn-based RPG players who love RPGs, Pokemon Sun and Moon World of Final Fantasy came out. So the end of this year has been really big. Like, really good titles have been coming out. And I think even, 2 months ago, Resident Evil 4 got re-released on PS4, 2-3 months ago. Third quarter.
Forgot about those.
Yeah, like all the Resident Evils now, you can get all of them except Code Veronica and the 2 that I think have already been stated they're going to be remade. So, I mean, that's a big deal. It's just been a good year for gaming in general.
Man, a new Dark Souls, Doom was fan-fucking-tastic.
Mm-hmm.
One of the...
I forgot about Doom.
Oh, son, you shouldn't have. Quantum Break, that was probably not the best experience, but it was definitely a different experience. Just decisions you do during the gameplay will actually change what goes on in the live-action show in between each chapter. There's only one ending, but lots of different ways it happens in between. Anyways, great cast. What's his name? The Iceman from the X-Men franchise.
I can't think of his real name.
Anyways, people know who I'm talking about. Plus Skyrim Special Edition. If you missed out on it, definitely pick it up this time, especially with mod support. And thankfully on PlayStation. And Fallout 4's got mod support now. Most of the Fallout 4 DLCs. So, breathe new life into that. Although I was kind of disappointed in Nuka World. Loved it. Plus, Destiny is still going as a day oneer. It's kind of slowed down for me. I need more vault space, Bungie. That's still a community. It's still large. So, definitely check into those. Rise of Iron, Watch Dogs 2, Dishonored 2, Pokemon Sun and Moon, which we spoke of previously. Man, it definitely has been a great year for gaming. I mean, even No Man's Sky. That's just something you can chill with. Like, fly to planet and planet. Chill, survive. Trying to look at all my games. But, oh, man, I've had, Titanfall 2, I don't necessarily know. Battlefield 1, fucking, oh my god. It's definitely been a great year. And, coming soon, we got Resident Evil 7.
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man, the PS4, don't know what the name of it is. And then, my personal fucking favorite, Mass Effect Andromeda. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Kingdom Hearts 2.8.
And 3, sometime in the near decade.
I heard there was a Kingdom Hearts out west. It's never coming. They're going to say psych on its release date. You psych us, we riot.
There will be riots. Yeah, but, guys, a lot of those games I pretty much touch on just every facet or genre of gaming. It's a great year. Yeah, great year. And it's going out on a high note. And I hope 2017 follows suit.
We even forgot to talk about the Switch. Switch is coming next year.
Oh my god. Did we? Yeah, we did. What are your thoughts on it? Well, just from what they showed.
Well, I'm not going to take it with me anywhere. It's still going to be my home console.
I don't even bring my 3DS anywhere. Like, it may be a handheld console, but fuck man, I can't do it and drive, or it's whatever.
But right now I'm excited about it. Of course, the new Zelda's coming. Breath of the Wild looks fantastic. I'll be getting one. We heard $250 to $300 is its origin price, which is not unheard of for a Nintendo title. That's
console.
What they are usually.
Console.
The Wii U was console. I didn't mean. But the Wii U was $250, $300. So was the Wii when it first came out.
That was like what, $199, wasn't it? The Wii?
I think it was $250. I could be
May
wrong.
have been. I'm pretty sure it dropped quick. But anyways, like the Switch is probably will do well because I'm pretty sure the Switch is what the Wii U was supposed to have been. Well, at least for me. Like, when I heard you can't move the tablet for the Wii U, like more than 10 to 12 feet away from the console, I still got one, but, as far as the Switch, hopefully the life on the battery holds up. Now, some of the games they showed Skyrim on it, although it's not confirmed, Bethesda is a partner that's going to be putting out games for the Switch.
I think they need to get away from Skyrim. Put out another game. It's time for another Elder Scrolls.
I mean, Fallout is a little bit over a year old. I can understand that. Yeah, definitely. I'm not mad at another Elder Scrolls. I do love my Elder Scrolls.
I'm not even a big Elder Scrolls player. You know this, but it's time for another Elder Scrolls.
Oh man, it's been since 11/11/11, November 11th, 2011.
So I mean,
yeah.
Bungie, if you get this,
Well, I'm sure they're hard at work on something.
there's even rumors with the Switch that the next Pokemon is going to be on the Switch.
Yeah, supposedly it's called Pokemon Stars. It's going to be the yellow crystal. I don't remember what comes after that.
The first game to do that since actually Diamond and Pearl. So that would be a big deal.
Oh my god. Sorry guys if you hear my dogs. It just is what it is. What do you mean Diamond and Pearl?
Diamond and Pearl was the last game to have a one expansion. Like X and Y didn't get a third one, and Black and White got sequels to their games, but
right.
It wasn't like
It wasn't gray, or it wasn't Z, or platinum, right? Okay, I see what you're talking about.
I even heard a different name. I didn't hear Pokemon Stars. I heard Pokemon Eclipse, because when the sun and moon combine.
Oh my God, that's pretty good right there. It was the stars was in quotation, so Eclipse is pretty cool. I like Eclipse better.
I mean, how awesome would that be to play a main title Pokemon game on your big screen TV?
Now, supposedly it was oh my God, it's what I've been waiting for. Like, that would be a reason right there. I mean, besides my handheld Nintendo, I have three types of games and only one of those. Anyway, on the handhelds, and they are Pokemon games, the Dragon Ball Legacy games for my advanced, and then Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. So, like, if you want me to buy a Nintendo console, put Pokemon on it. Do you have anything to add to that? Because I got something else.
No, go ahead.
Whether or not, it's just rumors, but pretty much all the rumors are confirmed, except for a couple of people telling me they don't believe in the rumors but they got excited when it was like, well, I heard the Switch is going to have 12 gigabytes of RAM. Shit on you, Xbox One and PS4. That was a legit statement I've heard. Supposedly Breath of the Wild is more. There's more to it than that, and they're having trouble, and it's going to miss the launch of the Nintendo Switch. If it does get pushed back, I want to know if I think it's because of how many lines of dialogue there are in the game. They're going to be missing it. So if it gets pushed back, reportedly to June, whereas the Switch will be coming out in March, which I may get one. I know I'm going to get one, especially if Pokemon's coming to it. But I will be playing Mass Effect Andromeda over that. But the Zelda getting pushed back to June, and supposedly a Mario game will be taking its place. Now, thoughts?
Well, there's been a Mario game every, that I can think of. Almost every generation of Mario, or of a new Nintendo product, has had Mario as the day one game, I guess you could say. I can think of what Super Nintendo was Super Mario World, regular Nintendo was just regular Super Mario, 64 was 64, Mario 64, GameCube was Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion.
Ooh, yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion. That was
which was still
that was a launch
title.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a spin-off, but it also had Super Mario Sunshine, which that come out a year or so later. Yeah.
And then the Wii had Super Mario Bros. Wii. And then since then it's been like Super Mario Bros. Wii U. So I'm not
and then Luigi.
And I'm cool with that.
Then 3D World.
I'm going to try to get my Switch day one.
Hey, I can't believe you forgot Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2.
Well, I was just going by more like day one title.
Oh, okay.
Galaxy didn't come till later.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got every generation has had some type of Mario game come out. I know it'd be fun to play Mario again, day one title. My only thing that I'm hoping they're doing, and Nintendo makes plenty of money. Just make it to where it's easier to get like regular Nintendo titles, like the Switch coming out now. Release even GameCube titles out for the Switch, and make it to where I can actually pick up my 3DS account, since this is also a home or
portable,
a handheld console.
Yeah.
Make it to where I can download stuff that I already bought digitally to my Switch. That way I can play it on my console. I think that is a thing.
I know that used to not be, but hopefully it is. Now we know it's not. There's no disk drive, so it's not backwards compatible. Although there is an SD slot, so we don't. Maybe we'll be going to cartridge base. don't know if it'll be able to play like 3DS games or not. No, the verdict is still out on a lot of stuff, like even the specs. But
I've even heard this, not from a reliable source, but you talking about it not being cartridge. I've heard that you can still buy like stuff from GameStop. Like if you're worried about buying things and using your debit card online, I've heard that. And once I find this out to confirm it, I'll let Gamer Gamble Universe know. I've heard that you'll still be able to pre-order stuff, but when you pay it off, like they just give you
a
like
code.
the day it release, they give you the code, and then like you go and you buy, you put in the code off your receipt, and you just download the game. Also, I mean that could potentially hurt GameStop too. No more pre-orders or no more trade-in bonuses if there is no cartridge or disc support. So I guess we'll just see. I'm excited about it, like I said. Can't wait to play it. Can't wait to play Breath of the Wild. Can't wait to see Pokemon, what they have in store. I hope Eric gets what he wants and get more third-party support.
There's like 50 different companies that's going to be putting games out for it, and whether they do more than just one game, or whether or not they're like
Donkey Kong Country return. I'm ready for Donkey Kong Country. Bring it back.
I mean, I didn't play the one on the Wii U, but the one on Wii was pretty cool. I didn't. They gave individuals like abilities, but not the Donkey couldn't throw Diddy, stuff like that. Anyways, but the Wii U one apparently fairly well received. Sound like they're still trying to sell that. Oh, and the Wii U is ending production in December.
Well, I think we've talked about it before. We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe not this soon, but we knew it was going to happen fast.
I mean,
and I'm not trying to talk negatively about a system. I had it. There were some games I liked on it, but it just wasn't there. It was. Oh well, I feel like with the Switch, they learned their lesson.
The Switch will do when Nintendo Wii U don't. I don't know. That's whatever. Anyways, I mean, I still don't mind. It doesn't get a lot of playtime. Hyrule Warriors. But no, I played a lot of Hyrule Warriors. That's the game I've played most on the Wii U.
But is there anything else, Phil? Or Game Grader, sorry, that you can think about?
Feel greater? I don't know. Yeah. Man, I feel happy. We got together. And
Me too.
this is a great podcast all together. And John, what are you about to do?
I'm actually about to get off here and play some Rise of Tomb Raider and
PlayStation?
go order some Mexican.
I'm jealous of both.
You would definitely be jealous if you ever ate at this Mexican place.
Oh my god. I had Taco Bell this morning, and it was the breakfast burrito, Grand Scrambler or something, and they brought back pico de gallo sauce, which is like cilantro and diced up tomatoes and onions. Oh my god. And I was just biting into this. A Mexican restaurant is good when you're sitting there eating another Mexican or something, and it's like, man, I want some fucking enzimbas or something.
Yeah. Well, if you ever find your way down here, I'll take you to that Mexican place that I go to. It's down the road from my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally the best Mexican place.
That is a bold statement, my cousin.
Everybody that goes there agrees.
Yeah?
Yeah. But, are you still recording?
Yeah.
Well, y'all should eat there too. I would give you the name, but then you would know how close I live. And I don't want to wake up and get killed.
Makes you think we'd let you wake up.
You don't think I see you, do I?
I want to insert a picture. It was like when she tweets I'm horny, but leaves her location on. Do you remember that meme? It's like somebody get like a ski mask and everything sitting outside of her window.
You don't think I see you.
Anyways,
she's dying. She's like, that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. My life is a lie. Closing statements, guys. We talked about Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. Very little bit about PC. I'm still mad I can't get my Jade Empire to work on my Steam. But another BioWare RPG. Maybe I just love BioWare. Maybe I just love RPGs. Whatever, man. Whatever you do decide to play on, whether it be mobile. I'm still playing Fallout Shelter to this day. Just had a new update also. And whatever kind of games you like, just know you're part of a beautiful universe. It'll bring everybody together. So, I don't know. That was beautiful. I got a tear in my eye. Yeah, just hit us up. Like, we don't necessarily, I'm going to try to figure out how to add in, but I have a Twitter handle. It's at GameGrader, so you can hit me up. I'm on Twitch. Also, GameGrader, stream under that, or Gamers Gamble. Most things, and very little of our YouTube does that go with. But also hit us up on YouTube, Gamers Gamble. John, do you have any media that has social to it?
Right now, I just have my Facebook right now. Like I said, I am planning on something here soon. The job that I started, I work crazy. You gotta make money. You gotta make money. Damn it, I'm falling behind on my games now just because I'm working all the time and falling behind on doing Gamers Gamble and doing videos. But here soon, hopefully I can start doing stuff again. I talked to you a little bit about it earlier today, and because what my primary goal is, I do want to start doing like Let's Plays for the channel. That's my goal. Whether it be classic or new games, I want to do Let's Plays. And right now that isn't in the cards, and I'm sorry for the people who listen to this, or even people. It doesn't matter. As long as we got one person listen to it, I'm glad for your support.
Glad to have you.
I'm sorry that I'm slacking, but it's not. This will pass, and when it passes, I feel like it's gonna become better. It's gonna become a blooming flower instead of a flower that's blooming slowly. So just be patient.
That was poetry in words, John.
Well, thank you. I do what I do. But just know I love all the listeners. So thankful for you to listen. Even when I was doing, right before I started this job, I started doing Let's Plays for the people that were watching it. I even got a few likes. I really appreciate it. You don't know, even just having 5 or 6 likes.
That's pretty cool, right?
My head swell up, that people liked it.
Oh yeah, automatic. So expect something, at least, the very least for me. I definitely have to settle down and do this more often, and I love to do it. I really do. I guess I just gotta, more often. But like I was saying earlier, whether it's mobile, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, individual, PC, whatever you do, just keep on gaming.